Hello, my name is Kettle, at least on the internet anyway, and I wanted to talk about, well, I decided first of all I'm going to add to the, you know, trillions of hours of footage going onto YouTube every single split second. I decided to help that by putting in my own several cents, as it were, and talk about some things. I'm not trying to take over the world with my YouTubes, but I thought this might be a good video diary for me later on to see what I care about, what I might not care about later on. And I'm crap at keeping a journal, even though I'm constantly told all of the wonderful benefits of doing that. I'm also told all the wonderful benefits of eating healthily, drinking less, and I pay them any attention either. I am, however, an avid reader, and I consume a lot of information, and I think my brain's getting full, so I should probably put it on here. So, things I wanted to talk about on the list, because I'm in work right now, and future me, if you're still working here, don't disappoint future us. Past me is never much more smarter than future me. We'll see. So, list. Things I want to talk about. First of all, let's get the obvious out the way. I have psoriasis. It's on my face, as you can see. Little red splotches and all those things. It's in my hair. It's on my elbows. It's on all over my chest. Yeah, it's not great. And I think one of the things that I find difficult to do with psoriasis is simply that it's assumed that you have dandruff or that you don't wash regularly or anything like that. I've always been trying out new solutions for dandruff to greater or lesser effect, and none of them have really worked that well. So yes, I have psoriasis. If I turn my head too sharply, it looks like it's snowing. It's gross. It does wonders for my self-esteem, as you might imagine. But yes. Second thing is, so I need coffee. Hang on a second. No blatant endorsement on this channel. See, you can bet with all the scribbling out, you can barely read it. Where did this coffee come from? I don't know. I assume it is coffee because it just says Hut Koff Lug Urgenblund Cream, E10 74, 1109, 25 seconds, not 26, 25 seconds, AM, sorry. Anyway, whilst on the subject of Dunkin' Donuts, I want to discuss the process of, I want to discuss cheese. Now, cheese is an important factor, and whilst today I was accused of not liking cheese, what I had actually said, to put the record straight, I think cheese is great. I just don't think that Dunkin' Donuts cheese is the best cheese, if it even classifies as cheese. I don't know. I think it's probably some reconstituted yellow goo of some kind, and I don't think it's great. So I took it off the cheese, and now I get funny looks from the people working at the aforementioned coffee place, which I go to, which I may have already mentioned the name already. Yes, I think I might have done. Crap. I'll take it out in post-production. And by post-production, it means me fiddling around on my phone. Anyway, I don't think it's real cheese, although I do think cheese is the best evidence there is of there being a God. Even though I'm not a religious person, I would definitely consider that to be a compelling argument. I think, as arguments for religion go, burning bushes in the middle of nowhere, appearing to shepherds, or, arcs, or flaming swords in front of someone's garden when no one follows the rules, but there's no signs, which is a bit like in Chicago, where I live, that there is a traffic sign somewhere on the road, but it's probably about 10 miles away from when you're parking, but it's still your fault and you'll still get a ticket. I think that's a lot like Garden of Eden. But anyway, I digress. I really don't think that the best argument for religion should be, those sorts of things. Sorry, piece of non-cheese stuck in my teeth. I really think we should focus more on things like ales and stouts, good evidence, bacon, and also cheese. That to me should definitely be I think the front end of the religious advertising arms and recruitment drive should be, if you can explain bacon in scientific terms, you can't. Therefore, it's religious, spiritual. Come join our church. We talk about bacon a lot. I'd be like, well, sign me up. Anyway, this is already way too rambling. Another thing, I have a new kitten. We don't have a name for it yet. It has several names, but no official name because we don't know its gender. It's going to the vet tomorrow. It goes by several names. It is currently Tiny Bean, Bean, Inkspot, which is a reference to one of my favorite bands or groups, I should say, of music. What are the other ones? There's Inkspot, Bean, Tiny Bean, Little Soot Demon from Studio Ghibli movies. There's little things in Spirited Away that have the little legs. That's what he looks like, and he's also just as fast. But he is no discernible personality characteristics as of yet. But he is adorable, and I think evolutionary speaking, they're supposed to be. But yeah, he is adorable. He's very loud and chatty, and he's faster than he has any right to be. Also, I have no idea, and this goes for babies too, how do you compress all those tiny organs into a tiny body? How do? I don't know. Next subject, I watched Chernobyl again last night, because I had to watch it twice, because the first time I watched it, I don't remember much of it, but it was really good. It was very, as they worded it in The Guardian, claustrophobic. I really enjoyed it. I think it's really good. I especially like the fact that they start with the accident having just happened, which I think is a good start rather than leading up. So, let me hold my hand over the... I still don't know where the coffee came from. What is Nicknud? Nicknud? Nicknud. Definitely from that coffee chain. Must have sprung up overnight. The last thing I want to say is, because everybody else is talking about it, and why not? Game of Thrones. Why is Jon Snow still alive? He is literally the worst general ever. I think that he should probably... I think that, if I'm right in thinking, the 2 battles he's primarily been part of would have definitely not made it had other Deus Ex Machina not intervened. He should not be put in charge of troops anymore. He shouldn't be put in charge of buttoning his own clothes at this point. I think he's useless. Arya should be put in charge of everything, because why would you position all of your troops in front of the barricade, which you have to retreat through, putting yourself between the castle and a rampaging horde of undead things, and then give yourself like a 3-meter distance for thousands of troops to retreat through. The Dothraki should not have ran in. Shock and awe won't work against things that don't care about shock and awe. And yeah, I'm frankly annoyed at everybody apart from Arya, who just happened to... I'm assuming she was living... I think she was in the tree. She was definitely hiding in the tree, like... Night King, ah! So, yeah, I don't know. But that's all I have to say about today. There's other things I could talk about. But as video diaries go, this is a good first one. So, 8 minutes? God, I wouldn't watch anything on YouTube over 4 minutes. Why would I even... This is terrible. Alright, bye.